In today's video, we're going to take a first look at StageIt. It is an extension for your Joomla site that lets you create staging areas for your Joomla site so you can test things without putting them on your live site. And I believe that once you make changes, you can then, if they're approved or you like them, it works, you can just merge them into your live site. So we'll check that out today. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Let me change my glasses. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Me Work live stream number 159 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel, where I show you my favorite extensions, tools, and tips for building and maintaining Joomla sites. I also work on Joomla sites, so if you are looking to hire someone long-term, short-term, even just to get you out of a spot, send me an email, tim@cybersalt.com, and let's talk. Today's video is brought to you by our channel sponsor, mySites.guru. Head on over to mySites.guru, get a free site audit for your Joomla site, and while you're there, check out all the tools and information that are going to save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. You can manage other sites too, WordPress sites, even just straight up PHP sites. Check it out. And if you decide to subscribe, use coupon code BASICJoomla. You'll get your first month free. Okay, hello Bjorn in chat and anybody else who's in chat. Yes, so we've looked at a couple of tools that allow you, that we can have used, or methods that we've used to copy Joomla sites, make a copy of a Joomla site so we can test things on them, and then if things work, we can repeat it on the live site and then proceed from there. And somebody, and I do not have their name right before me, commented about StageIt, that they use StageIt, and I've wanted to look at it for a long time. And so I contacted the developer of StageIt, Barnaby Dixon, and asked him if I could have a copy of this. It's a paid extension, so we could check it out here on the channel and have a look at it. And that gives lots of people a chance to check it out before buying it. So. And my reason for doing it today, or finally getting around to asking, because you know I'm not always the most organized, is that on this this weekend is J-Day USA. Let's change to the screen here. J-Day USA conference online, April 22nd, 2022 to April 24th, and I am going to be doing a session on Saturday morning. That's I think it's 11:30 Eastern time. That's 8:30 a.m. my time. Looking at how to migrate Joomla 3 to Joomla 4. And so one of the things that I'll be looking at is ways that we can create those test sites, so sites to test our updating on, and then we can not break our live sites trying to go from 3 to 4. And so this is going to be one of the resources I point people to as well. So yes, Mary says she's looking forward to seeing how this works. I am too. And so we will check that out today. Now, of course, this is a first look. So for any of you who are new to the channel, you'll know that we're going to find our way through this together. It's well documented. And so I'm going to try to be a little bit more systematic than I am in my first looks, because I'm an evolving person. So we'll get things happening smoothly. So with that out of the way, let us start. And as always, I need to make a few notes for the time things here in the video. All right, so here is the link. I'll paste this in chat to StageIt. And as you can see, we'll just take a quick look at the description. Create staging environments for Joomla. StageIt means you can make any change you like to your site without those changes being live, quote unquote, until you're completely ready to triumphantly reveal your Joomla masterpiece. And here's how it works. You create a new staging environment, which is perfectly matched to your existing site and sits on top of your site. We'll see how what that means. Make all the changes you like on the staging environment without any change affecting the live site. If you want to show your client a new feature, some work you've done, so they or their legal team can sign off on the new content, simply show them the staging environment. So that's a handy thing. Not exactly the use that we're looking for today, but it's definitely great for that. And when you're happy with the changes, simply click a single sync with live button to sync the staging and live sites and make all your changes live. And what is included? Create a staging environment in seconds. I'm excited to find out what that is. Develop on the staging environment with zero risk to your live site. Make any changes you like. Update extensions, delete content, etc. StageIt supports all third-party extensions. Sync the staging environment with the live site at any time. Visual button allows you to instantly switch between environments. Automatic backups allow you to restore your live site to any sync point. Select data tables to include, exclude from the sync. Select file folders to include, exclude from the sync. Configure to work with a range of servers. Even GoDaddy. Wow, must be robust. Full documentation and purchase includes full support and updates. All right, so I'm going to be doing, we're going to look at StageIt today, doing it on Joomla 3 because that's really the one of the main purposes for me to check this out, because I want to be doing stuff in 3 and then we will update to in preparation for updating to 4. So there is the information there. You can go to the site and check it out. I'll paste the link just by itself. See more information. Barnaby has other extensions, and maybe we will check those out someday as well. I know I've used HTML to articles many years ago, converting a Joomla site, a static HTML site to a Joomla site. So that was pretty cool. All right. The site we're going to do today is this. This is my J3 Core basic Joomla site. Obviously, I've been mangling it for other tutorials, but we'll start out with excuse me. I'm still getting over what I had. I think I'm over it, but it's still causing a bit of cough and stuff like that. And so here we are logged in the back end. Now I've already downloaded StageIt, so we're going to go to, this is, that is a Joomla 4 site. That's the wrong site. Let's go into the back end here. Administrator. There we go. Get into Joomla 3. There we go. So we'll go extensions, manage, and install. And I have it already downloaded down here in the bottom left. We will drag that up and install. And then we will begin to look. Welcome to StageIt, the staging environment solution for Joomla. Mary, hello Brian, hello Brian. Bjorn says he hopes he can watch all of JDay USA live this year, 48 hours. Thank God for replays, yes. Begins at 2 a.m. in Norway. Mary says she'll be watching some on replay. Yeah, and I mean, a lot of sessions are happening at the same time, so you have to watch some things on replay anyways. All right, components. Let's go down to StageIt. Welcome to StageIt. Congratulations on your installation of StageIt. This creates a full development and staging area for your system. Get started. Please click the button on the right. And here it is. Begin. All right, let's do that. Your staging environment is being created. Wow. How about that? Now, I'm maybe going to take a look on this file space to see just exactly how this happens. But look at that. It has created it already. Wow. All right. Now, behind my camera here, you'll see there's a login button. So let's log in. And now we will see up at the top here, the URL is now j3core.basicjoomla.com StageIt/administrator. Okay. Cool. Now, that means when we preview this, we should have an exact copy of the existing site, but it's in a folder called StageIt. Okay, so we'll look more at so obviously this has duplicated the site into a folder. Cool. Why don't we go to System and Global Configuration, and we're in the StageIt site, and let's look at the server. And now, okay, so here we've got the database username and the database, which looks the same, but now we have database tables prefix stg_joscy_. So looks like the staging area has probably duplicated all the tables, is my guess, in inside the database, but given them a different table. So they're all separate. Very, very cool. All right, so let's go here. Why don't we do this? Let's install an extension. Manage and install. Let's say that we're going to, here we'll install from the web. All right, notice there's one thing. That button had never been clicked before. All right, let's install from the web, and let's put in JCE. I don't think JCE is on this here. All right, it's just there at the beginning. So we will install it. And, okay, we will, now I'm going to close this bar at the bottom. We don't need that anymore. And now we'll go to System and Global Configuration. And we've got our site. The default editor, we will switch to JCE. And we'll save and close. All right, now let's say that that's everything that we want to do. Okay, we'll snooze messages about Joomla 4. Okay, and now we will go and do this. Let's go to Component and StageIt. And now let's see. We've got, here's configurations. Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay. Now we've got some configuration we could do. We already did the welcome here. Deployment speed. All right. How fast is your server? All right, that's good. Now I have a dedicated server, so we could leave that ultra fast. But if GoDaddy or your hosting requires, doesn't give you a lot of resources, you have some options here. Hello, Michael. All right, run initial checks. Let's see the information here. This option will check your system for problems prior to deployment. It increases the deployment time, but it is recommended if you've never run StageIt before. If you've created a staging environment recently, you can turn this option off. Okay. Create backups. Oh, let's close this. Automatically create backups automatically before syncing with the live site. This default is to create backups, but this can increase the time taken to sync as well as reduce your disk space. You can delete unneeded backups in the backups area. Okay, and there's backups area there. As well as reduce your disk space. You can delete unneeded backups in the backups area. Okay. Force refresh. If you deploy a staging environment or you sync with the live system and it doesn't work as you expect, try forcing the refresh here. This will automatically recreate all files and data tables from scratch. It takes slightly longer, but it's a fail-safe way of running a sync if you need to. Important. If you change a major Joomla version, for example, you go from Joomla 2.5 to 3 or from 3.4 to 5, you must set this option to yes to ensure the sync works correctly. I should mention there's two versions of StageIt, one for Joomla 2.5 and 3, and one for Joomla 3 and 4. All right. Environment, display environment switch. Front and back. Okay, there must be a switch somewhere that I am maybe missing. Let's see, I need to look here. Select whether or not display the environment switch. This is useful. Visual reminder whether you're staging or in the staging or the live. All right, what am I missing there's nothing behind that you're missing behind my image. There must be a button somewhere that is not showing. Now, you know what? I think it might be a plugin. And I did notice earlier when I just made sure this would install all right. Let's go extensions, plugins. Let's do this. Notice the StageIt plugin. Let's see what it says. StageIt, and it's not enabled. I'm going to enable it. I wonder if maybe that is what is not showing. Oh, there we go. Yeah. The 3 bar at the top. Oh, here we go. Is this here? No, that closes the side menu. But by turning that plugin on, I actually did get this. And if I refresh this here, there we go. Excuse me. And then over here, we can switch to the live. Okay. Cool. That's what was missing. So we needed to publish that. Data tables. You can select database tables to exclude from the sync. This option is for advanced users. Since using this feature incorrectly may result in data mismatch, this feature is useful. Oh, this option is for advanced users since using this feature incorrectly may result in data mismatch. This feature is useful if, for example, you have new comments on the live site that you want to maintain during a sync with the live site. To exclude a database table from the live sync, please select it here. All right. So you got your Joomla core and your other things that are added in here. CJlib, Joomla templates layout. Okay. So we can switch to the live site up here. And now, if we go and we look in here, we can go to global configuration. We can look at the default editor. No JCE editor. That is cool. Our server, of course, the database is there. And, all right. So let's cancel. And, of course, there is no bar at the top here for StageIt because we haven't turned that on. Let's see, let's go to here, but StageIt is installed. Oh, you're currently in the live site administrator area. You've already created a staging environment. To access the staging environment, please click the link below. Oh, here we go, right here. And of course, we get that bar there. Now, if we were to switch back to the live site, go to extensions and plugins, and we'll search by the ID number so it's highest. There's the StageIt plugin. Oh, and then we get that in both. So you, excuse me, you might want to do that. So we can switch to the staging environment, and that's orange, and we can switch to the live, and it's green. Nice. All right, let me take a sip of my tea here. Oh, that's nice. All right, so we're in the staging environment here. Good. So let's go to StageIt, and let's go down, down to components and StageIt. And why don't we sync with the live? All right, so building a map of the live environment, building a map of your staging environment. Man, just imagine the brains that went into making sure all this works. All right, now we can switch to the live. We still have that switch there. We can go to System, Global Configuration. We're back to the normal database, but look at this. We go over here. We can then go to JCE Editor. Yep. It's set for that. This is really cool. And as Bjorn has said in chat, very useful as well. All right, so for our purposes of testing to see if the site is ready for Joomla 4, we could do this. Let's go to switch to the staging environment. We'll click in the top right. Now we're going to go to components and JCE, we're going to go to components and Joomla update. We're going to go to options. We're going to go to set the update channel to Joomla next and save and close. And now we have a pre-update check for Joomla 4.1.2, and we can check out in this staging of site, is this ready for Joomla 4? So update information unavailable. All right, so we've got some source code stuff here. SC login, JFBC system, all right, JMedia, some things that we installed, and the StageIt package, which we probably, I know is compatible with 4, but all right. So the cool thing is here we are, we're in the staging site. Why don't we just let's just have some fun, and let's just ignore this. and go live update. All right. And we're just going to say, yes, go ahead and update this. Let's give it a whirl because we're in the staging site. I like this. This might be a go-to tool for me on a lot of things. All right. Your site's been updated to version, your Joomla version is now 4.1.2. So that all worked. Is it possible to change the output folder like /staging.domain.com? Yeah, could you put it in a subdirectory? I'm not sure. We'll have to, we'll check that out. But here is our site in Joomla 4. We can go here and look. It did update. Very nice. But look, this is cool. But we can actually go back. Oh, okay. So we went back to the home site. Prefix Joomla update HTML update view. Let's see. All right, something happened there. All right, we're back in the live site here. All right, so there we go. Yeah. Now components and Joomla update. Okay, so we're back to that. So something about switching back. Maybe it was switching back the full URL of a URL of the Joomla 4 site and tried to switch to the equivalent in 3, and that doesn't exist. But we're back here in 3.10. Here's our old site. We have done nothing, but here's that site once we updated it. The great thing being that had this update to 4 failed, we could just delete it, which I think we can do here. Let's go to Components, StageIt, and now we'll remove the staging area. Let's do that. Or you could rebuild the staging area, huh? You can completely remove the staging site if you no longer need it, or rebuild it to restore it to a perfect clone of your live environment. This is nice. So, well, let's just rebuild the staging area. This should take us back, the staging area, back to Joomla 3. There we go. So let's switch to the staging area. All right, so that didn't work there, but I did notice, we click back. Let's try this again. No, all right. I did notice down at the bottom it did say log in. So let's do that. Let's rebuild the staging again. Behind my picture, when this is done, you will see, I'll move my picture there. You will see that it's a button that says log in. So let's log in. 500, unable to handle this request. Okay, so rebuilding didn't work. Let's remove that staging area. Removes the tables. And okay. So let's go back to the welcome page. Let's begin by making a staging area. Now again, by migrating from 3 to 4 and having the other staging area, that maybe is what's happening here. I don't know though. It's working really well. Let's log in here. Okay, and then we're back to the staging area there. So probably was I wonder if the issue there was not so much the staging site, but that the staging site was a completely different version of Joomla. Not sure what happened there, but that's okay. We worked our way around it, and that's good. So we switched to the live site. Now, we switched to the staging environment. Now, we merged our changes to the live site. So if we go to System, Global Configuration, and there's JCE Editor. Very, very cool. You know what? I really like this. So let's cancel and switch to live, and let's look for any other options like Bjorn has asked about being able to put in a subdirectory. The one thing about the subdirectory, Bjorn, is you would have to create that in your hosting account first. Whereas here on your, and actually some people's hosting accounts don't allow subdomains. They're that restricted. But here, by putting it in a subfolder of the live site, you can actually, you skip that step. But let's go components and StageIt. Let's pop this back in here. Okay, configuration, files and folders. By default, all files and folders in the staging folder sync with the live site. This is the default behavior, and it's recommended to avoid any file mismatches. However, if you wish to exclude certain folders from the sync, please select them here. Okay, this option, yes, Bjorn, you'd have to create the subdomain first. And in which case you could actually, yeah, if there was the option to say, hey, do you want to put in one of these subdomains? Sure. This option should be not used lightly. If exclude the wrong folders, for example, a core Joomla folder, where there have been changes, it can cause the live site to stop working. If this happens, please either include all folders in the sync or else restore. And it says the configuration is only available from within the staging environment. So let's go to that. Files and folders. Excuse me. And here we see if you want it to exclude certain folders from the sync. Now, possibly, if you're not going to do so, let's say that, and I think it's probably better just to leave things as they are. But let's say that you have a lot of huge videos in a folder, in your media folder, and you're not going to change any video content, so you want to avoid exploding your site to take up a lot of space. I guess in that case you might want to exclude these folders, although I might not. It looks like it's already been created, so I might be wrong about that. If you wish to exclude certain folders from the sync, or synced with the live site. Okay, I might not have said that. Bjorn says easier for clients to go to subdomain than a folder. Yes, although I don't think there's really any need for the clients to go into, unless if you give it to them, yes. Although you could probably just tell them to go to /StageIt. But yeah. Let's see here. I don't know if I fully understand why you would exclude the folders. Are synced with the live site. Oh, if you did something in here that you didn't want to go to the live site, that's the case. If you're working on the staging site, and there's some things that when you go back and do the sync, you don't want copied over the live site, then you would exclude those folders. But again, seems like a good way to mess things up. All right, let's switch to the live site here. We've looked at all the configuration, environment. Now, display the environment switch both front end and back end. Yes. So that means if we look at the front here now, I don't see that button showing anywhere. Okay. Certainly though, you know what I've done in the past for changing templates? I've actually just done it on the live site. It looks like you wouldn't even need to do that here. That's very cool. All right, well, let's keep working through these last things here. Exclude database sweep, and we've looked at that. Okay, configuration, that's where we're at. Backups. All right, please note to avoid conflicts, backups can only be restored automatically from your staging system. So here's a backup that was at 18/21/01. So that's when I made this. If you no longer need a backup, please remove it to free up space. So this is the current backup that was made at some point when I made the staging site. Oh, Liam. Hi, Liam. The front end of Switch probably only appears for logged in users. Good point. Why don't I log in here? And log in the administrator group. Not there. I'm logged in as administrator. It's not showing up. Bjorn says, does it stage other folders and files than core, like assets? Yeah, it was worth those. That was a good idea, Liam. I wonder if maybe it's assigned to a position that does not exist here on this template. Does it stage... okay, so Bjorn says, does it stage other folders and files than in the core, like assets folder in root and files like test CSS? Yeah, let's check that. Why don't we... all right, I just want to make sure that I look at all this that we have here. And of course, documentation is last. Maybe should have looked at that first. But so when you do a stage, it backs it up. And if you need it to go back to a staging point, let's see that. Let's test this. All right, so we're switched to the staging environment. And now we're going to go to content articles. And I'm simply going to go to the sample page. And let's put in an image. I really like this. Let's just put in this. Let's just put in this blue flower. Okay, we're going to put in this blue flower, and all right. Well, let's click on that. We'll center it, and I'm going to save it. All right. All right. So this is the staging site. Oh, now hey, now it's showing at the top. Maybe was it caching? No? Okay, weird. Oh, well. Oh, wait a second. I don't know, because this is the live site. Now we're in the staging site. If I switch to live, it's not there on the live site. But if it's there, it shows on that. Okay. Staging site. We have put in the image. That's great. Now, let's go to the back end. Let's go to close. Let's go to components and StageIt. Let's go to backups. Now let's restore this backup. I think this backup is to restore the staging site. An error is checked. Please check you're logged in and try again. Got a 404. All right, let's just see here. Let's hit enter. I'm logged in because I can see this. Let's restore. No, something's not happening there. Okay. Or are we restoring the live system? It says checking your live system. And again, this is me this is me just trying things. So every now and then I might be doing something wrong, or who knows. Let's go to this, switch to the live site. It's there. Let's click back. That image is still there. And this is just spinning. You think the live site's being restored? Oh, in fact, here we are. All right, let's try this. No, please switch to the staging environment to restore the backup. Liam says you can probably only restore the live site because that's what it's backing up when you create the staging site. It does not seem to make backups of the staging site. That's what it says at the top. Okay. Your live site is being restored. All right. Even though it said you can't do it from this one. Okay. Now, well, all right. Well, that may remain a mystery. Let's go to documentation. There's probably some answers in there, right? Documentation is a PDF. Very nice. All right. Legal agreement. Yeah, about StageIt. Designed to set up and synchronize a staging environment for Joomla. Let you test new developments. We saw that. How to install it. We've done that. Available memory, PHP, yeah, that's all working. We'll skip that. Build the staging environment. You begin. When you have checked the system information, everything looks okay, you can begin. We've begun. And there's a troubleshooting section, but that's worked. By the way, you can all read along if you want. Go to StageIt. Administrator, staging environment exactly clone original system. Manager changes live. Once you've clicked sync with live, the system will first analyze. Oh, to make changes live, sync with live. Yeah, that was working. To avoid data loss, please ensure you have enough space. Yeah, after the backup's complete, StageIt will check your live files and folders. It will also update the database to exactly match the staging database tables. All right. StageIt configuration, deployment speed. Yeah, we've looked at that. Working with backups, automatic backup and restore. Can you have more than one stage? I going to think not, but here we go. That's I don't. It doesn't look like you can have more than one staging site. They do have these. Shows multiple backups here, but probably the. I don't think it would get confusing to have multiple ones. I think the idea is to test things, and if it works, then add it to the new one. Of course, and that's the trick of updating sites, is knowing how many steps to take, right? Okay. StageIt has inbuilt backups that are generated when you sync with live. All right. The backups are stored in a folder, STG backups. If you need to restore a backup at any time, first open up the backups view. Then determine which backup you want to restore. Click the restore button. The backup will automatically restore your live site to its previous state. Okay. Once the backup is completely restored, you can log into the live site as normal. Please note, to avoid data conflicts, you can only restore a database backup from within the staging environment. If you need to restore a backup and cannot access the staging environment, please see how to restore a backup manually. All right. How to restore a backup manually. If you are unable to use the automatic restore feature, you might need to restore backup manually. If you need help with this, please contact support. Okay. First, determine which backup you want to restore and note the backup folder name. Second, use FTP to open up the backup folder and save all contents to your computer. Third, open your live folder and delete all the Joomla core files and folders as follows. So this would be a big job. Fourth, use FTP to upload all the backup files and folders. Yeah. Finally, open PHP myadmin and import the file sql.gz from your backup folder. All right, so that would be you're going to restore the database to, and this is to a version that you've made a copy of. So it would seem if you have restored, for instance, we put JCE editor in here, and let's say we found out afterwards we had made a staging site. We added JCE editor, which was fine. But then later on we realized, oops, that's not compatible with something else that we're trying to do. I wish I could go back to that point. That's when you go back to the backup and restore it. Now it's not restoring here, and we'd have to see why, but you could do it manually. All right, so a little bump there, and this is still there, but let's go to, oh, where's that? There we go. The following backups may be incomplete and might have been created during a failed sync. If you no longer need any of these files here, please remove the backups to free up space. Okay. As with any software, things can go wrong. We've included a number of common issues. Working with GoDaddy, okay, not on GoDaddy. Okay, file permissions. Some servers you might find that StageIt hits constant file permission errors. Okay. Best solution is to switch your PHP mode to fast CGI. All right, if you are able to do that with your account. You can also ask your server admins to ensure the server has the correct read-write permissions. All your Joomla directories. Part of your staging environment, you will need to manually create, StageIt, and backups and write them. Hey, at this point, why don't we go, I'm going to go into my cPanel. I'm going to log in off screen here. And we'll go and we'll go to accounts, and we're going to go to basic Joomla, and there we go. File manager, it's called file manager. All right, so this is J3 core basic Joomla, and there's our StageIt. All right, now StageIt backups. Now, what was this just saying there? Whoops. All right, StageIt and /backups should be 777. StageIt, that's 7555. And we don't have backups, but we do have StageIt backups. Why don't we just change the permissions on that folder to 77. And let's change StageIt to, what am I looking for? Change permissions to 777. All right. But we see here that StageIt, if we look inside the StageIt folder here, there's a complete duplicate of all the files from our site. And in the backups, there is the folder. Oh, okay. There's the exact backups, and there's the SQL file that was done too. So all of these files are in here just as they were. Okay, look at that. All right. So they're not even zipped up. They're just copied there in the backup. Cool. All right. So let's go here. Close this window here. Now let's go. Let's go back up here. Let's forget this. Open up the backups view. Okay, so I gotta find, where am I logged into this crazy thing? Okay. So we'll close this. And we will, all right, close this. We're gonna go to components, and we're going to go to StageIt. We're going to go to backups, and we're going to restore this now that the file permissions are there. No, it's still getting something here. It says check that you are logged in, try again. For some reason, I'm getting a 404 error on that StageIt &view backups. When I look at the links down they are not changing between delete and restore. If I hit delete, yeah, something's not working there. Anyways, so that's just restoring a backup. All right. Cool. Well, let's yeah, I wonder what's happening with that. Maybe I will ask Barnaby about that, and I hope maybe he's watching this and saying, overall though, this is very, very cool. And he seemed very, I contacted him actually last night asking him for this copy, and he had emailed me this morning. So advantage of the time zone, him being in Europe and me being on the west coast of Canada. Let's play around with this. So we're not able to delete that backup. I wonder if it has something to do with the that I update it to Joomla 4. Let's play around with this, do some more things. Liam says he loves the idea of this extension. It seems to have a few too many gotchas to make you comfortable using on a live site. Could be really handy on dev sites, though. Got a little lost there. Should you update the live site to J4 before saving the stage to live site? Yes. The goal was to try to see if updating would work. I would not, at this point, I don't think you could update the staging site to 4 and then I don't know if you would be able to restore 4 or make that and merge it into the other site. I don't know. Let's try a few things here. Let's try again here. Let's go to the basic Joomla site and log in. I wonder if that's it. Yeah. All right. So let's go to extensions, manage, and install. And we're going to upload the package file that I've got there. And we're going to go to Joomla 3, StageIt, and install that. Okay, so I'm going to go to Components and StageIt. No, I did Michael, I did update the stage site to 4, but I didn't merge it back in from 4. That's what I was saying. So the backup would be of the live site in 3. All right, let's do this here. I'm going to make a staging site of the basic Joomla site. Let me turn my camera off. Part of it is just understanding how the thing works here. The easiest to use use Akiba in the case of testing is J4. Yeah, so as far as making a backup in Akiba and restoring it somewhere, but all that takes steps. If this works just for doing a one-click in here, it'll be much faster. But to stage a site to J4, even for the staging site, it's much faster. So for instance, if you were to make a staging site and then do all your updates and everything worked, you could just bail on the staging site and go back and then do the same thing on your live site, making sure you have a backup in case something different happened there. All right, so let's check. All right, before we do anything, let's go to backups. There are no backups here. All right, cool. So we go to welcome. We go here, let's go extensions and plugins. Let us turn the plugin StageIt so that's showing. Okay. And now we can close out of here. Yeah, you get a huge backup file in Akiba when you use the same root folder for stages. Yes, although in Akiba you could go and exclude the two StageIt folders from the backups, and then you'd have no problem. All right, so that's that. If we go to /StageIt/administrator, we will go into the exact. Yeah, now we're in the StageIt. Now I actually have to go in here and turn on that plugin again. Okay, and now we're in the staging environment. Okay, components, and let's go to StageIt. Let's go to backups. There is no backup there. All right, here we're in welcome. Okay, sync with live. Oh, okay, so if we make a change and sync with live, that is probably going to make a backup. It makes a backup of the live site when you sync back. Okay. So let's just watch this turn away here. Slightly bigger site that we're doing here. Okay. There's probably some large files, maybe even backups on here. So building a map of your live environment, building a map of your staging environment. Probably, yeah, log files, probably some large log files. While that's going, let's just even take a look in here. Let's see, let's go to cPanel. Down the right hand side. Oh yeah, this is 1.8 gigabytes. That's on this whole account though. Let's go to files and disk usage. Okay, and we'll go down here, disk usage. So we're looking at J3. Yeah, this is 284 megabytes. I don't know how big the database is either for size, but yeah, so it's 284 megabytes, a little bit bigger than the other one. Okay, and it's done there. Now, if we look at backups, by restoring, it created a backup of the live site. Now, just as a test, without me having Mickey Mouse with Joomla 4 or anything like that, let's click restore. No, so this is probably just something to do with why is this causing a 404? I'll let Barnaby know about this because just look at this here, administrator. And it's interesting because it does show checking your live system, but something is not firing here. All right. Well, we can switch to live. All right, and there's a backup there. And it shows, even though this isn't live, and if we hit refresh, please switch to staging environment to restore the backup. Okay, so, all right. Cool thing is, though, I can switch to this and still do all of my testing and playing around with things. I do really like this for the ease of just creating the backup space. If we switch to live, just to show what I was mentioning to Bjorn, we can go to Akiba and we can exclude files and directories. And now we've got a little bit of a CSS thing here. We can go down to libraries, logs, media, STG StageIt backups. So we want to exclude that directory, and we want to exclude that directory. And then that will make the backups all tickety-boo and fine. All right. Okay. What have we got here? Right, so we're in the staging environment. So you can actually go into templates, and we could do this. We could go into template options here. I'm still using Asteroid on this particular site. And when that loads, we can then go to the layout. We can go to I may have it may be your CSS override in the site that I've got. It's one that we did sometime in the past. Let's see. Now, if I want to switch one of these off, I don't want to break something that I have to come back and fix, because I want to just test the change here. But literally, I could do this. Let's close out of that. Let's just make the default template. Sorry, I'm actually, excuse me. I'm actually not in this staging environment. Here we go. I can make the default template protostar. I can go like this. There's protostar. I can go back to I could go back to components and go down to StageIt, and I could click sync with live. And we'll just let that run its way there. It's copying the plugins. I wonder what the table size is for this. Let's see. Database, MySQL databases. I think it's the 477. Oh, it's only 25 megabytes. That's not too bad. You just have to find out what's happening with that link. It might just be unique to something in my setup too. Okay. Now it's going to verify the backup. Don't forget it. Creating the map adds length, it said. I think that was one of the things. All right. So now if we go to basic Joomla and go to here, that's going to be nice. That is going to be the what is that C from? Actually, oh, user profile. Huh. All right. And so if it was working, we could go to backups. Oh, now it just made a backup there from the restore at 1855, 1901. Oh, there's the most recent one. If I restore that. Oh, look at that. We didn't. For error response. Yeah. It's stopping at some point. Oh, I wonder if we can see what's happening down here in console. StageIt. Can you see that? Just oh, my picture's in that. Administrator index com StageIt form raw task restore backup and that. So that's just a thing there. All right. Well, I'll bring that attention. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he'll sort that out. Of course, I only did a little change there. So let's go back into here. Let's switch to the live site. I wonder, oh, that's J3 Core. That's not the live site I want. I want it to be in basic Joomla. Switch to the live site. And I can go to extensions, and because I can't restore this, it'll say to do it from that. Okay, so go extensions and templates. And then I will go to make this the default template. And we'll preview that. And we're back to that. Hello, Mark. Yeah, so that is working for copying back and forth. This restoring the backup is the one thing that we found that's not working. And yeah, so that's great. I think I will start using this on a number of my sites that I make changes to, or for running updates on, because you could run the updates, and of course it's going to take a little bit more file space. And of course we've got the little just a little bump right now where we're not able to go to components, StageIt, and remove staging. Yeah, we can remove it. Let's remove the staging site. That should go fairly quickly. And once that's removed, what about the backups? We still have the backups here. Just got to figure out what is not happening with the links here. Oh, it's removing that backup there. Okay, that one worked. Just for fun, let's go restore. Oh, and we don't have one to switch to. Okay, no worries though. We've got backup. We can still delete those. So I think with just that one little thing working, this could be very, very cool. And have a lot of uses. Now, why don't we do this? Let's go to welcome. We're going to make a staging site here. And we're going to just give this a whirl to see if I'm just going to ignore everything for the backup. And we'll migrate this, the basic Joomla site, to Joomla 4, and we'll see what happens. Just for fun. All right, so hope that you guys, I'm looking forward to Joomla Day. The Friday I will not be able to do much, and Sunday morning I might not be up either, but I'm looking forward to getting up earlier than usual on Saturday to take part in a bunch of things, and of course to do my presentation. And there's some presentations I'm really looking forward to watching too, and if I can't catch them live, of course, because it's virtual, you'll everyone who's bought a ticket can log in and watch those. I'm interested in the Cloudflare one, especially interested in the Cloudflare one that Vic Drover is doing. And also there's one happening, I think at the same time that I'm doing mine, on child templates. So I'm excited to catch up on that. All right, so we have our staging environment. Let's log in. All right, so now we're in the staging environment. Yeah, Michael, I agree with you. Always keep it in a Akiba backup. Always just have a good backup, and then you're all set to just restore things. Absolutely, an Akiba backup out of your file space for this particular for the site that you're backing up, having it downloaded to your site or in another folder in your hosting, you're golden. All right, let's go components, Joomla update. And let's go to options, Joomla next, save and close. Whoops. Joomla next, save. Okay. Okay. This is one that's probably happening on my live site too then. Who knows what I've done there. There, let's switch to the live. Let's go to Joomla next. Yeah, even that's an error on my live site. Mary says you can see it being very useful. You work on sites you didn't build sometimes. This will save your hide. Yeah. Now, let's fix this little issue here. System. Let's go global configuration. Error reporting. Server. Error reporting. Development. Save. Let's go components. Joomla update. Oh, and look, it actually did save this time. Ah. Let's go back to that's odd. Joomla default save. Sorry, that page is missing. Do you want to check if a saved version? I wonder. View page source. Inspect. JST cache script. Initial. Huh. Isn't that odd? Yes, I am on the live site now. Bjorn. Hi, Hobby. Yes, yeah, I realize I'm on the live site. I'm trying, because I have that 500 error on both sites. I have that on both sites. Let's see here. Let's close the J3 ones here. We don't need those. All right. And we got the basic Joomla going here. We'll close. I don't think there's anything how to restore manually. Yeah, okay. So, pop-up errors. Let's see. If you don't have access, no. Let's see. Unable to create database backup file. Error codes. If you are, very the server lockout this way. If you are, this is very likely server. Okay, here's some. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask him about that. Okay. Compatibility with other extensions. No. SH44S. You have the best solution. Switch your PHP. Okay. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that. J3 core and that. Basic Joomla / administrator. All right. Yes, so on my basic Joomla site, if I go to extensions and if I go components and Joomla update, and I go to options, Joomla next, and save. So let's see, that is not a StageIt error. That is an error I'm getting on my Joomla site. But if I go back and I cancel, that save is actually taking place, but something's not opening up afterwards. There's some error. Interesting. So I can switch to the staging environment. And it is, so that error has nothing to do with StageIt. The error has something to do with my site. But we're in the StageIt site here, running pre-update checks. And the goal here is I'm just going to ignore all of these information unavailable cases. And update required for JSetMap Pro, RS4 Pro, isotope. And just for fun, I'm just going to update this. I'm just going to break this just for fun. Because we are in the staging site. We'll install the update and let's see if it goes through. Or if something breaks. We'll see. So there you go. Something is broken in the migration of the back end. Something has not worked well, and that's okay, because that didn't work. I can actually just go up here and take StageIt out of there and go back into that site. And then I can go to components and I can go to StageIt, and I can just remove that staging site which is broken, and I can start over. You go through and try things again. And that's a much easier way than creating staging sites with Akiba by reinstalling and going in and testing and then going back. So that's more convenient. And also for Softaculous. Softaculous is very quick for making a staging site. I don't know if I would use Softaculous as merging it back in. This seems to be working really well. I like that it's all just working in that space. That is good. And if I refresh here, there is no staging environment up at the top, and so that is good. And we can make another one. All right. I like it. I can see it being very useful, especially for updating templates on a site. I like that a lot. Oh, I do have some very large sites. I wonder what, why don't we just try that? Let's go to CyberSalt. This is a really big site. cybersalt.org. We'll log in. Let's go to extensions, manage, and install. Let's upload a package file. Let's browse. We'll put StageIt in there. All right, I'm going to go extensions, and I'm going to go to plugins. Search for the most recent one. Bjorn says, try my folder /files requests question. Yeah, Bjorn, that was, you were wondering if it could go in a subdirectory. Is that the question that you're referring to? I'm going to go StageIt here, and we're going to begin. We'll see how long this takes doing this site here. Because, oh, the asset folder. Oh, right. Okay. I know exactly what you mean. So let's go back to StageIt in basic Joomla, and we will make a copy of it. Yeah, so you're wondering if the asset folder gets copied, right? And if there's any, if it copies files that are non-core. All right, so we've got this one happening with cybersalt.org, this one happening with the basic Joomla, and we will see. Okay. There's a big jump there, deploying your files and folders to the staging environment. There we go, the database. Copying some of my tables there. All right, so, and let's see, this one over here is still taking a while because there's lots of files on there. Oh, and look, there's a backup in there as well. Huh, an SQL backup. That should be, that's not supposed to be on the site. I have that going to, I have that. It's supposed to be going to Dropbox, so I'll check that. All right, so let's go to the SQL. Let's go here. And we will go to the file manager. And we're looking at basic Joomla, which is public HTML. There's StageIt. So we've got htaccess, configuration, index, and robots. And in public HTML, so there's a bunch of files that did not get copied over. So it looked like it only looked for those core ones. So the assets folder that we have here, public HTML, and we've got StageIt. Yeah, the assets file is not there. Now, what about the backup? There's no backup, but we haven't done anything in there yet. So let's log in. Okay, so we are in the back. We switch to the live site. Components. Yes, that's something that we can ask him about too, about the other files that don't get copied over. Because we've got assets. Backups is something that is there. Let's go to StageIt. So it's just looking at the core ones as well. Okay. Yeah, good catch on that too. Presumably, let's try something here. We're in StageIt. Let's make, I don't know if we just made a folder in here, if it would actually copy it back. That's just folder. Test folder. Let's put that there. And let's make a new file. Of course, I think this is pretty much counting on working within the site. Let's make a new file. tim.html. And let's create that file. We'll just leave it empty. Well, we'll put something in there. We'll go edit and hide. All right. Let's save and change. And go like that. Now, if we go back to the staging environment. Let's go components, StageIt, and we're in basic Joomla. We could rebuild the staging. No, we'll switch to the staging environment. And we can sync with live. Let's see if those two folders make it back. That folder and that file get copied back in there. It is very much, though, I think the spirit of this extension, it would seem, for working right inside of Joomla and adding things. We'd have to, yeah, we'll see if those two files get copied back in. So here's building a map of your staging environment. Clearly staying within the norms of Joomla on a staging site and then putting things back in is working great. Okay, backing up your live file system. Yeah. And I like that the when you're working on the staging site, the top bar is orange. I approve of that. All right, so finalizing the live environment. So let's go back to public HTML. Reload. Oh, now there you go. Tim HTML did get copied back. All right. Excuse me. And what was the other, what was the folder that I made? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's go back to StageIt. Test folder. Okay, test folder did not get copied back, but tim.html did. I wonder if that's why, if test folder, because it was empty. That would be something else to try too. Why don't we do that? All right, let's see. Staging environment is being synced with your... There. Now we're in the staging. Let's update. Let's update these. Some of these won't update. This one will update. No. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I don't have... these don't update because I don't have current licenses for them. I have to renew my JSiteMap. The RS Form Pro I'm not using now. Let's see. So we have this, switch to this staging environment. All right. Let's go back into the file space to StageIt and to the test folder. And let's make a new file. Hey there.html. And we'll edit and we'll go hi. And we'll go save. And now we'll go here. And we'll go back to components and StageIt. And we will sync with the live. Now we probably are done. Oh, still doing the backup. Oh, look, I got a lot of stuff in the cache here. Michael says, it would seem that the staging site, when saved to live, updates tables and core as opposed to replacing everything. It would seem that the staging site, when saved to live, updates. The staging site, when saved to live, updates tables and core as opposed to replacing everything. Yeah. What's happening when you save that? Is it doing everything, or is it just keeping track of what was done? That would be a good question for Barnaby. Is it copying everything, or is it just keeping a log somewhere of the things that are changed? Good question. Okay, here we go. Backing up the live system. All right, syncing files with your live environment. It'd be interesting too if you had an e-commerce site where people were making purchases. I guess they wouldn't be making purchases on the on your staging site, so that's good. You might make test purchases on it. That'd be interesting how that works. Keep things straight. All right, now, so let's close this. Let's go back to public HTML. We'll reload. Oh, now look, now there's test folder, and hey there, Tim. So I did see that folder that had something in it. All right, interesting. Well, I will point that out to him about that folder not copying there. Michael says, which brings you back to updating the stage to Joomla 4 and then trying to save a J3 install on the live site. Yeah. Wait. Well, let's see what. Updating the staging site J4 and then trying to save it a J3 install. Yeah, why don't we try that? Let's go to. All right, this is still running here. Great. Let's go to J3. I need to reset that site anyways. J3 core basic Joomla. We'll log in. And okay, we're in the live environment. So we can switch to the staging environment. And I'm logged out. That's all right. That's understandable. Been gone for a while. All right, so we've got the live. Oh my goodness. I wonder if this. I wonder if that's what's causing the problems with my sessions here. Maybe I got too many things open under these something. That's okay. Let's switch to the live. Let's go components. StageIt. Maybe we got some funny cookie thing happening here that I've been doing. Let's rebuild the staging site for this one. It won't take very long. We are using it atypically right now by jumping around and doing a lot of things back and forth. I mean, part of that is involved in a staging site. But having said that, I am switching and got things happening. And I've only been doing it in Brave browser, which... oh, shields are up for this site. Oh, my goodness. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Let's take shields down for this site. All right. Now we'll rebuild the staging thing. I might actually... it might actually be blocking something there. Hopefully not. I hate making mistakes that makes things not look good. All right, we're in there. Let's go first of all. Now that I'm not blocking that. Let's go to components, StageIt, backups. Let's see if this restores. Okay, so it wasn't that. Okay, well I feel better about that. I mean, I feel bad that's not working. Every folder should contain an index.html file for security. Yes, it should. And that's not a StageIt thing. That's just a site thing here. All right, so let's go to extensions. Oops, daisy. I can do this here. J3. Go in like that. Have I maxed out things on my server here? It is doing a lot. Let's see here. I've got this. I can go here. MUN. Let's see what I've been doing to my server here. I'm maxing something out here, I think. Let's see here. I think my server is doing something right now. is probably I don't think I've maxed it out. I maybe have just done something lucky. Or I've done something and got my IP blocked. Let's do this. Let's open up Chrome. Or my computer is very tired here. And I'm going to go to, let's try here. Let's stay here. Let's see, first of all. All right, I'm going to go to chat on the right here. And let's see what's up here. Let's go Norton. Let's go to Canada. Let's go green. Oh, I bet you, let's see here. I think I blocked my, let's see. The load is not very high on my server. I'm logged in through a VPN. That came up very fast. All right, I can share this here. Chat on right. There we go. Here's my what's happening on my server right now. Disk usage has gone up. I'd be making a lot of copies, but that's all good. SQL's all happy. Yeah, so I wonder, let's see. Cybersalt.org. Yeah, that's coming up. Oh, and over here it's up. Let's try here. Oh, okay, something happened. One of those things. Again, I don't think it's related to I do not think that it is related to StageIt. I think something just lucky happened there. All right, let's go. All right, J3, here's what we're doing. We're going to go Joomla update. No, we're not. We're going to go switch to the staging environment. Something is slow right now, though. It might be local. It might be local. All right, switch to staging environment. Okay, there we are. Unless, I don't think I've maxed out the space for this. Who knows? Yeah, I broke the internet. Eventually I was going to do that. All right, so we're in, let's go components. Let's see how this keeps working here. Joomla update. We're going to option, and we're going to update Joomla next. Check this. This seems to be frozen. which you might expect would happen with something happening, glitching on the server there. All right. We only have a few things here. We know before, and you know what? Other than the component here, we did update this before, and it updated fine. Since we want to, let's go extensions, plug, manage, and manage. Yeah, my server is slow. My server is actually very fast because I run it the way that I want. JFP. Let's see here. Let's turn off this in that administrator extension. And that's clear. And let's go to here. And let's go to search for source coast. And make sure everything's unpublished there, because I wanted to work this. I know it worked before when we did it, but let's take off these logins there. Source coast. Source coast, we took that off. We did that. Source coast. Those are off. Those three we took off. Those three, I'll just check that. That's off. That's off. Everything is off. So we'll disable that there. We'll go to components. We'll go to Joomla update. Yeah, it could be something going on in my server. You said J3 core took a long time to load there. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, who knows? It could be anything, really. All we have here is JFP. All right, it's there. JFP component. I thought if I turn that off, that JFB component, it wouldn't be reporting anymore. All right, well, let's go here and we'll go to live update. Check. And we'll do that. There we go. Site's now 4.1.2. That's great. We get that at the beginning. Super. So now we'll go components. We'll go to StageIt. And now we're going to sync this J4 with the Joomla 4 version and staging it to Joomla 3 core. Let's do that. Hey, we could also try in J4 deleting those backups. Maybe that, because it's a template thing. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, an error has occurred. Please check you're logged in. Try again. If this error continues, please contact support. All right, let's just, and this is in the syncing files with your live environment. And this is going from 4 to 3. Did we copy over something that that StageIt was looking for? Here's what I'm thinking. That you start copying things over, syncing files to the live environment, syncing Joomla 4 files to 3. You're going to change something that it's looking for and communicating with 3 and doing that. So it just seems to me that this is not a thing to do. Now, interestingly, he does have an extension here for migrate me 4. Fastest, best latest version of Joomla right away with zero downtime, zero stress. Migrate Me 4 allows you to migrate from Joomla 3 to Joomla 4 in seconds. You can now upgrade directly to Joomla 4 with just a single click. All-in-one solution, fresh version, migrate all your extensions, documents, articles, settings, users, passwords, and give you a temporary development space to test the upgrade without any risk to your live site. So this would be very interesting to to check out and give a try as well. In the meantime, I don't think this is going to finish here. And if we go to j34basicjoomla.com, I bet you this is broken. Yeah, that is broken. Copying from 4 to 3, it just doesn't make sense that that's going to work. There would be so much to have to do, unless you're going to wipe out the whole folder and then replace it with everything, and I don't know how it works. So yeah. All right. Well, I've made a mess of that. Yeah, Michael agrees. So this looks really great for working for creating staging sites and testing. Going from 3 to 4, you would not want to copy from, do your updates in 4 and then put it into 3. I would not do that. Obviously doesn't work, but certainly what a great and easy way to test updates on things. Let's go. So we're still in the staging site here. Hey, let's try this. Components and StageIt. And let's go to backups. And let's try restoring the live site back to this. No, we still get that. So there's probably just something from an update that's not working here. I like this though. I'm going to practice with it on some of my sites just to see its full potential. And that's pretty cool. All right, everybody. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for hanging out today. I have some more preparation to do. I was up last night. I've been migrating Joomla 3 to Joomla 4 over and over and over again, getting trying some different things to show some different stages for my talk, Joomla Day on this weekend. So look for those of you that are going to that, then I will see you there. And that is super duper. So let's see. I think that will take care of it. Of course, I'll report back on some of these things when I talk to Barnaby about them. And but I think this looks like this is a really cool extension. So yeah, definitely going to be using this on things. All right. So until the next time, whether that's at J-Day USA or next week's live stream, I hope wherever you are that you are well, be it morning, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow, that you are well. And until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.